Hello, everyone, and welcome to the part 2 of Chair Shot Survivor Series 2017. I'm your host, Thomas, and with me today is...
Oh, I thought you were going to introduce me. How does the Marvelous One been? I was just going to erupt like Bobby Roode's glorious, but no.
Okay.
It's the Marvelous. It's the Marvelous One here.
Are you not glorious? I thought you were glorious, too.
I'm a lot of things, but I'm always the self-proclaimed Marvelous One.
Alright. Survivor Series happened. So did NXT TakeOver. War Games. And I enjoyed one of the shows quite a bit. The other one I kind of just tapered off on. How about you? Did you enjoy your time with the wrestling?
I enjoyed both. I enjoyed both immensely. I wish I was able to see TakeOver live because I would have loved to have been like on Twitter as things are going on, especially during certain segments. But I really enjoyed it. It was normally it's like one or the other, namely NXT has the better show usually. But overall, it was a fun weekend of wrestling. Fun 2 days of wrestling.
Alright. I'll just talk a little bit about NXT. The only match I really cared about was the Aleister Black versus...
the Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, the Velveteen Dream. Like, they had a really good build-up. I was actually paying attention to NXT because of that. Like, they've been... To me, anyways, they've been the best part of NXT lately. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say I missed their feud. So like I remember I had let NXT like build up. I wasn't watching episodes live or the day after, so I missed most of their feud completely. And so I was like, I don't know what to expect going into this match. Although I just knew Aleister Black is a badass. I was like, how are they gonna work this?
He's the better version of Baron Corbin.
Yeah, arguably, yeah. Not even arguably, he is. But I was like, outside of War Games, this was match of the Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black was the match of the night.
Yeah, it was. The Velveteen Dream did 2 incredibly impressive moves. He did like a cartwheel, like fireman carry, like slam.
Yeah, that was nuts.
And he also did a crazy, like, I want to say it's like a pile driver DDT mashup of some sort. Like,
I don't know, man. I just kept thinking I had never seen that before.
Yeah.
And he looked like he'd been doing it forever.
And I love the psychology of that match too, because basically what the feud was, it was just like the Velveteen Dream wanted Aleister Black to acknowledge him. And so, like, it was kind of like playing around in that gold dust field of Androsity.
Oh yeah, for Dream, yeah.
Yeah. So I liked how like each other were like kind of taunting. Aleister Black does like the CM Punk thing where he sits cross-legged in the ring. The taunt. That's all I ever think about whenever someone sits cross-legged in the ring is just CM Punk.
I just like the match because like we get, and especially in modern wrestling, we get so it's all about the spots. It's all about the holy shit moments. It's all about making the crowd chant. This is awesome. This match was an excellent example of how to use mind games effectively in a match because it got the crowd into it. It made me, because as a person who just like didn't watch most of that storyline, like I was invested. Like going in, like when Velveteen would taunt Black, and then like when Aleister would taunt Dream, it was really good psychological mind games that you don't see a lot in modern wrestling because they're too worried about trying to be real, or they're trying to do the high spots,
like get their moves set in and all that.
Yeah, versus like, a lot of wrestling is mind games and trying to mess with your opponent, giving that sense of authenticity and also making the crowd excited. And I thought both of them, and I'm more impressed by Velveteen Dream because I knew what Aleister Black was capable of. Like he's been on he's gonna be the champion, NXT champion by the time WrestleMania rolls around. I just have a feeling.
Yeah, there was someone else that did. I think it was Black, and I think it was Hideo Itami or someone else that like I had no idea who these two were, and then I was impressed by both of them by the end of the match. So like Black's been consistently good on NXT.
Exactly, but like with Velveteen Dream, like when he first debuted, I was like, I don't know, like what, like that could. I didn't know what to expect of him. I knew what they were going with, but he had yet. This was his first complete match,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was like, I mean, let's be real. A lot of it was Alistair like putting him in holds that he couldn't get out of, and I think that was to tell the service of the story, to make it seem like Velveteen Dream was outclassed, and in a way he was, but it worked for the story of the match, and it made a better wrestler. And I think he actually is he's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Overall, like I was really impressed with him.
Yeah, I think he has a long, like, he doesn't, I think he's got a good tenure around.
I love his
WWE,
gimmick.
as long as he keeps improving. Like, he's got a lot of potential. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff here that I didn't really care too much about. Apparently, Ruby Riott and Sonya Deville was on the pre-show. I didn't.
That's. I mean, I didn't even see that because I watched it after it was done, so I didn't. It never. I always find it weird. It never includes the pre-show match, like even in a highlight or something.
I missed the Pete Dunne versus Johnny Gargano.
That was a match?
There was a singles match for the WWE United Kingdom Championship.
That should have opened up the card instead of fucking Cassius Ohno and other dude whose name I don't remember.
Lars Sullivan.
Yeah, who shout outs to Mauro Manella, I think I'm saying his name right, for making a Jack Kirby reference, which I was like, wow, I didn't expect that to happen. So, like, I was like, if honestly, Gargano and Pete Dunne should have opened up TakeOver.
Yeah, I would have been way more interested in seeing. Like, yeah, that would have been a banger.
That was probably the most forgettable match of TakeOver is the opener.
Yeah, I don't remember anything. Like, I keep trying to remind myself, like, oh yeah, these guys actually fought. Yeah, there was also that four-way, Ember Moon, Kairi Sane, Nikki Cross, and Peyton Royce.
Yeah, my Pirate Princess didn't win, and I was super sad.
I finally got to see the Pirate Princess, and I was impressed.
Yeah, her theme song has Yo-Ho, like everything, and she's like, has like a little pirate wheel, and she's like a full-on, I love her gimmick. I love it. I love it.
So Ember Moon won, like, that was super obvious.
Yeah.
She did, I think she did a double Eclipse.
Yeah, well, I can't remember. I think Kairi Sane. It was Nikki Cross was down, sitting on the ground on the mat, and Peyton Royce was about to set her up for her move, and basically, Ember Moon comes in and does the what is her move called again? Shit.
The Eclipse.
The Eclipse, yeah, it does it to both of them at the same time, and she pins Nikki Cross. Which I feel like Nikki Cross was the crashes dummy for this match. She took a lot of bumps.
Yeah. Then there was Andre and Cien Almas versus Drew McIntyre.
That was a much better match than I thought it would be.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, I'm not a fan of.
Like, I'm not a fan of Andrea Cien Almas. I don't know. I don't see it. And I see Drew like, when I see those two both in the ring, like Cien Almas and Drew McIntyre, I don't see any comparison between the two. Drew McIntyre is obviously way more talented, at least in my opinion, anyways.
I think Cien Almas is all right. I'm just surprised it took him this long for him to be like in the title picture, And I was only even more shocked that they had McIntyre drop the title. Yeah. Granted, there was interference going on, but I was really surprised. I expected them to hold to at least Rumble time, like the pay-per-view before the Rumble. But I don't know, like it's because I was expecting them to do like the eventual, like Adam Cole eventually beats McIntyre because Adam Cole beat him up the night of Brooklyn. That just seems that they were going with it, and now I guess they're not. I don't know. Like, Cien Almas is all right. Like, he's been like, I just don't know how I feel about him as the champion.
Yeah, I liked his celebration afterwards. He threw the championship in the air.
He got super excited.
No. He went to go put it down, lay it down to show off, but he got super excited. Ended up throwing it down. It flew back up in the air, and he tried to catch it. And then he held up the championship at the announcer's table, and it was upside down. Like, stuff like that is just making me laugh inside. One thing I wanted to say about Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black, I kind of want them to like become a tag team now and become the Black Dream.
That would be a pretty unique tag team.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I want to see that now.
By the way, shout outs to Velveteen Dream having Aleister Black's face on his tights.
Yeah, he's brought back that Rick Rude airbrush tights. So yeah, that brings us to our main event for the NXT was Undisputed Era versus Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong and Sanity.
Who came out dressed out like the Authors of Pain? Which I thought was like, are they get because like I'm a nitpicker because I'm like, are they gonna make Roderick Strong come out with his shitty ass entrance music? Or are they gonna give him Authors of Pain music? And they did, and he actually came out like dressed like an army person, like they did. So I thought that was a nice touch.
Nice. This was actually the match I haven't seen yet. Like I ended up.
Oh.
Yeah, I just didn't have an investment in any of the people involved.
Well, it's an awesome match, so you should watch it. It's
I've
as a
heard,
person who
I've heard, yeah. Wait, what
like I was gonna say, as a person who like again, I wasn't a WWE guy until like after WCW collapsed in 2001. So like War Games was always a staple. So like I had super high expectations. I kept having like the negative thoughts in my head, like, how bad are they gonna fuck it up? And it was surprisingly good. I like the sort of format changes they did. I kind of miss that the cage didn't have a roof on it because I thought like that.
Yeah, I thought that was dumb. I was like, hey, where the hell's the top? But there was a couple spots I saw on Twitter that I was like, oh, okay, that's why they removed it.
Yeah, and then of course they made the stipulation that if you leave the cage, you disqualify your team, which I thought, okay, so that's how they solved that issue. But it just overall, like, it was really good. And the more and as the day goes on, I'm convinced that Adam Cole is Shawn Michaels' secret son because he looks.
Dolph Ziggler.
No, because if you look at Adam Cole's face and look how he just looks like he's Shawn Michaels' son. And especially just like it's not that he just the super kicks. I'm convinced he's Shawn Michaels' son that he doesn't know about.
All right. Yeah. So I didn't watch this match really. Like I said,
You should.
Like I think I said earlier before, like a couple days ago, or in our pre-show, that I didn't care about any of these people going in. So I ended up just turning off, or not turning off the stream, but I had it on the side while I was playing Destiny 2. So. I should probably go back and watch this match. Alright.
It's pretty great.
Yeah. I seen there was like tables inside, like I kept glancing over, I was like, what the hell's going on over there? And there's tables broken, there was a superplex off the top of the cage onto everybody. There was blood and bleeding everywhere, apparently.
Yeah, some of the Insanity members were busted up in a little bit. Nothing too gruesome, but it was just like, oh. Okay.
Alright, so that brings us to Survivor Series. Now, Survivor Series, it opened up with the pre-show, so 2-hour pre-show. I don't fault anyone for not watching it, but I watched about half of it. I didn't get to see Elias versus Matt Hardy. That's an interesting matchup. Would have liked to have seen that. And then they had Enzo Amore versus Kalisto, where I believe Enzo won that one. Yeah, he's still the champion. And then we had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Breezango, which I was happy to see. That was like a pretty cool matchup. I think Kevin Owens and Sami won that one. I can't remember. And then we had the Shield versus New Day. What are your impressions on this?
I thought it was pretty fun. I thought it was a hot way to start off the show, because then the show just got increasingly boring after that. Which then I thought, well, maybe you should have put it midway. But like for the first meeting between the two teams, I thought it was good. I thought I was pretty entertained. I was pretty invested. I was kind of hoping the New Day would go over, but I guess the Shield sell more T-shirts.
I think it's just because like the Shield hasn't been fully the Shield for as long yet, because like Roman had that viral infection, and so they had to sub in Kurtz, and now they're just trying to get their legs back to being the Shield.
Right. And I'm super happy that was wrong about the New Day, Big E turning on the New Day, because he just kept going on. We've never betrayed each other, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking, oh no, don't do this to me, Big E. Don't, and they didn't. They just lost clean. I'm like, okay, I can deal with a clean loss.
Yeah.
Also, shout outs to, I think it was Xavier Woods who ripped off of Dean Ambrose's stupid hybrid shirt. Seriously, those shirts were awful.
Yeah, those shirts were really bad. Was the shirts very distracting for you for the pay-per-view or no?
The only shirt that was distracting was the stupid half shirts by the Shield.
Okay.
I didn't mind that they were wearing Raw and SmackDown, like, because most of the time their actual ring gear matched to the shirt, so it just felt like an extension of their gear,
Okay.
except for the fucking shirt. And Roman was just like, I ain't gonna wear shit, because Roman didn't wear anything.
Okay, so Roman, like, he didn't even really wear his his stuff. It was just kind of just another security vest.
It's the Shield vest. It's before he got the whole his emblem.
It looked a little different than what
yeah.
Before. Dean Ambrose had the polo Shield shirt, so he didn't have like the main Shield shirt. But yeah, he should, like, I think Roman should have worn, because there's 3 shirts for the Shield, right? There's the one with the fists, the polo, and then there's also the hounds. So Roman should have worn the hounds. That would be cool. Yeah, it was a good match. It finished was the triple power bomb off the top rope. So
that was a nice finish.
Yeah. Let's see. Then there was Team Raw women's match versus Team SmackDown. I can't remember too much of it other than at the end where Asuka kind of dominated the other 2 that were left. And I don't remember who was left at the end.
It was not Charlotte, Natalia and I can't remember. No, it wasn't Naomi. Naomi wasn't the first to go.
Tamina?
No, Tamina.
Well, Becky Lynch was the first one out.
Like, yeah, which really surprised me because I thought Tamina was going to be one of the first ones out because nobody knows who she is anymore.
I think it was Natalia and Tamina because then Naomi got eliminated by Asuka mid-match, I think, and Carmella got destroyed by
Asuka. Probably no, yeah, no, because because Nia Jax was eliminated before her because she was counted out. I don't remember.
Anyways,
you can tell the match was rushed because like they just started going through finisher like moves really quickly, like they lost their time.
Yeah, I liked the fact that you were right about Asuka at least getting a little bit of good defense or offense in.
It should have been like Team SmackDown decimates Team Raw 1 by 1. And it's just 1-on-5, and Asuka just runs through them.
Yeah,
like I would.
That's just trying to protect like Bayley and Sasha, because like you see Alicia Fox getting eliminated immediately.
Well, that's okay. Did she actually get eliminated? Because like it looked weird the way that happened.
It was a weird camera angle. She was pinned 1, 2, 3. It was like super close though. Like it was incredibly close. Even the announcers were like, "Wait, what? Like she got eliminated? What was that?" So
yeah, I was like, I kept thinking, okay, Alicia Fox is coming back because I don't recall the ring announcer saying, "And Alicia Fox has been eliminated." I don't recall that at all.
I wasn't paying attention to that, but I was watching it. Who knows? Maybe it was another Survivor Series screw job.
Nah, I doubt it because nobody cares about Alicia Fox that much.
All right.
I still am so confused. Why was she like? Why did the writing team thought she? That's weird to me that she was the leader, team captain. When you have the Sasha Banks right there, or you have the huggable one, you have those 2. But nah, let's go with crazy Alicia Fox. Let's go with that.
I liked the line from Stephanie McMahon to Bayley saying, "Tonight's not the night for hugs" or something like that. And I just thought, you can't tell Bayley not to hug.
Yeah. Although I'm super mad that Bayley got eliminated super early in the match. It's like, why? Why wouldn't you eliminate my queen like that? Don't do that again.
Sasha Banks got eliminated early too, I think.
No, she was pretty late into it. Later than Bayley.
Yeah, I think actually you're right. It was Sasha and Asuka as the final 2. And then
God, I want to.
okay.
I want to see that. I want to see that match. They need to make that happen.
I like that. I like that versus of Nia Jax versus Tamina.
Tamina? Yeah, I didn't know how bad I wanted that until they were facing options, and I was like, "Holy shit, it's two big women in there. Let's go."
Yeah, I was actually like, it finally put in perspective of how big Nia Jax actually is.
Yeah, because Tamina for so long was the quote unquote big one and the dominant one, and it's like, oh shit, Nia's thick. Oh my god,
she's thick. With 2 C's, 3 C's.
Yep.
4 C's.
Because we're young and we know memes.
Yep. Then there was the bathroom break of Survivor Series: Baron Corbin versus The Miz.
Yeah, I think I should have fell asleep for a little bit for this one. God, it was so boring. There's no stakes. Nobody. I like The Miz, but god damn.
I like the finish. I can't remember what the actual finish, but I mean, after the match, Baron Corbin was selling. After, like, whenever someone sells after a match, I like. It seemed like his leg was broken or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we had the SmackDown Tag Team Champions versus the Raw Tag Team Champions. Usos versus Cesaro and Sheamus.
It was okay. I mean, it was pretty forgettable. I think part of it because I really wanted to see the Seth and Dean versus the Usos more so. Mm-hmm. Like, cause I can't recall anything about the match other than your standard Uso spots or your standard Cesaro spots. Like, nothing really stood out about it.
Cesaro brought back the swing for the first time.
Yeah, he did it like. Yeah, he did like twice, and then he couldn't. He did the sharpshooter.
Yeah. Which
is like, okay, that's nice, but I don't know. It was just very forgettable. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it was just. I cannot recall a single spot outside of like something they've done in a previous match.
Okay. And then we had Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss.
Oh my god, it was such a disappointment.
I don't remember anything about it.
I think it just shows how, despite how good Alexa Bliss has gotten, she's still not on that level of what Charlotte Flair is at. Like, she's not. She still has a ways to go, but like Charlotte Flair outclassed her in every way in terms of wrestling.
There was a figure 8 at one point. Did she win with the figure 8?
Yeah, she won the figure 8, and she was visibly upset, crying. It was just like, oh, okay. Granted, it was probably a more entertaining look, although than say it would have been Natalya versus the Raw Women's Champion. It would have been better, but somebody said on Twitter that it was like seeing a kid beat up her mom.
Yeah, that was Anthony in our Discord.
Okay. Shout out to Anthony in the Discord chat.
Then we had one of the best matches of the night. Brock Lesnar.
They beat the best match of the night.
Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles. At the beginning of this match, I was afraid.
I think we were all afraid. I mean, I posted a GIF on Twitter where it was the Apollo Creed's trainer, whose name I can't remember right now. I was like, "Throw the damn towel!" Because it was bad, man. It was just like, and I kept thinking, this is why I never wanted to see Daniel Bryan against Brock, because this is what it would have been like.
Yeah.
At least the first half.
Yeah, there was so he kept, like, Brock Lesnar just kept doing the suplexes on AJ, and then finally AJ got some offense in. And they made it look like Brock was selling hard for AJ. Like, it made it look like AJ had a chance to beat him, and all of us were all just like rooting for AJ to win. Because he's like the good guy. Like, I like that AJ's now the face. Like, he's such a better face than heel, I think.
I think you do both, but I was just so I was like, no, please don't turn this into a suplex fest. Like, just don't. And they didn't. Like, and like, Brock actually sold that calf crusher throughout the rest of the match, and he sold it at the end of the match. It was like, you don't ever see Brock sell shit anymore.
Yeah. Like they even talked about on commentary how, like, both of these men are never going to be the same. Like, Brock is like, he's injured. Like, who knows how, like, when he will come back. And so, like, that at least helps explain why Brock is never on the show.
Yeah, he got fucked up by AJ Styles.
Yeah. So
Although I wish this was the main event instead of what the 5-on-5, because this would have been a much better way to end it. Because then you would have, because everybody knew going in based on the score, like that stupid score tally they were keeping, that Brock was gonna win. Because then otherwise the main event doesn't have any quote unquote stakes. But it was still like a better match than like I was like. It started off bad, but it ended on a good note. I would have loved to have seen AJ gone over, but at the way they're pushing Brock to face Roman at WrestleMania, they're not gonna have Brock lose.
Man, imagine the roof would have been blown off that place if AJ won.
It would have been almost. It would have been louder than when fucking Brock or Goldberg punked out Brock a year ago.
Yeah, Survivor Series.
That was the only thing I remember about Survivor Series last year. Was Brock punking out Goldberg.
So yeah, that was a great match. Moving on to Team Raw versus Team SmackDown for the men's. That was incredibly, like, I thought it was a lot better than I thought. Actually, we thought it was going to be good, but I thought it lived up to the expectations that it set.
Yeah, everybody got their spots in. Everybody got their sort of moment. I really love that the crowd was on my side and wanting to see Bobby Roode go face to face with Triple H, because it's like literally looking in a mirror. They share. Triple H does a double A spine buster. Then Bobby Roode does one. It's like looking in a fucking mirror.
That's the part where I finally saw the light. I finally saw the mirror. Yeah.
And then of course Bobby Roode gets punked out by Triple H. I was like, of course.
Oh man, that was crazy when Triple H was in and they started chanting Bobby or Roode.
They start chanting Roode, yeah. It's like
they knew. They knew Triple H and Roode are the same person. Yeah, I got to see Braun Strowman destroy Shane at the beginning of the match. That was good. Yeah, how about the finish though? Okay, that was a weird finish.
That was the most Triple H, like, just to quote somebody on Twitter, that was the most Triple H thing ever.
Yeah, Max Landis, wrestling isn't wrestling guy.
Yeah, which is just like Triple H, because it's like, first of all, I was like, okay, Sam, I think I put it in our Discord chat, like, okay, Sammy and Kevin are gonna screw over Team SmackDown, and I'm like, oh shit, I was right. Yep. And it's like, and then like before this was before the pay-per-view even started, I said, no wait, Triple H is gonna screw over Team Raw and SmackDown's gonna get a win. So I was partially right on both ends. Mm-hmm. It was so fucking. But my favorite part is Braun just looking so confused and just like, huh?
What the fuck's wrong with you?
and of course, Triple H's infamous face of fear as thick ass Braun Strowman is grabbing down Triple H's throat.
Yeah,
like
that was such a great face that he put on.
I've never, like, he put over Strowman ridiculous with that face. And
that's the fear of God face, you know?
Yeah, and I never knew I wanted a Triple H Braun Strowman feud before last night.
I just want to see Braun destroy Triple H. Like, I don't care about a feud or a fight. I just want to see Braun, like, cast or something.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Braun Strowman for the longest time, because I know you and the other Discord guys have been fans of him for a while.
It took me a little bit to win me over, because it was just basically squash matches, and I was like, whatever, squash matches. But I don't know what it was that made me get won over.
Was it the ambulance thing?
No, I was over before that, but I think the ambulance thing kind of cemented it. Where he
I think it was, to me, it was just like, okay, oh, okay. I think it was this night. Like, okay, I get it. I see why people love this fucking monster.
Yeah, that was great.
And also Kurt looks really good. Like, I mean, outside of his bandaged leg, like, he looks really in shape. Mm-hmm. I was surprised. And he took a lot more bumps than I was expecting.
Yeah, we got some really interesting matchups in that match. There was like Shinsuke Nakamura versus Triple H. Like, that was pretty interesting to see happen.
We finally got the first ever time Samoa Joe and John Cena cross paths, which was pretty fucking. That made me go livid.
I didn't know they trained together. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, they were the faces of their respective companies, like, during the mid 2000s. Like, everybody wanted Samoa Joe to come over.
Wait,
to
Joe was the face?
Well, like,
okay.
Yeah, you mean like he was sort of like when you thought of like Ring of Honor or TNA back in like '05 to like '07 era, and like he was like the one guy everybody wanted to see Cena face against around that time period. I would still pay big money to see Cena and Joe go at it. Like
That'd
I
be
still want to
insane.
see that match for reals.
Uh, what else do we have?
Of course, we got the mirror match with Brood and Triple H.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember.
Oh, I deeply love the moment of John tapping Randy Orton's shoulder as Braun Strowman's coming on him. Hey, Randy, we got a prop. Randy, we got a prop.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I think Braun Strowman tapped Kurt Angle on the forehead because Angle was down in the corner. That was kind of funny.
Like Duck Duck Goose and everything. Like Goose.
Goose, I eat you now. Yeah, I thought it was an entertaining pay-per-view.
Yeah, by the way, if you haven't seen it, there's a video out there of Triple H like stumbling out of on the entranceway. He actually walks into like part of the set, and he falls down, and like Brock fucked him up that bad. Not Brock, Braun fucked him up that bad. It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Turned out Raw was the superior brand of the two, if you care. Which I don't think anyone does.
No, we're all gonna watch it anyways.
Yeah, I thought it set up some pretty good, interesting feuds down the line. Like I think they're doing Samoa Joe versus Finn. Wait, yeah, Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor on Raw tonight. Yeah.
By the way, the crowd went electric for Finn and Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Like they went nuts.
Yeah, all those New Japan guys, like people like them. They should do something with them.
Yeah, they should. They should.
Yeah. So that's gonna be it for the show this week. Not sure when the next chair shot is going to be. This is gonna be all one audio program, so you're gonna have the pre and the post in one thing.
So be sure to pause between breaks and watch Survivor Series and Takeover War Games to get the full experience.
Yeah. So I still don't have a sign off for this show.
We gotta think of something.
Until then, guys, watch your backs.
Get the tables! No, it doesn't.
If I should find like a tables chant and like I don't know.
Yeah, because nobody chants for chairs.
Yeah, nobody chants for chairs.
Nobody likes chairs. They chant for ladders, for barbed wire, but nobody chants for chairs.
Which is funny because I think chairs are like a great it's like the staple of weapons in wrestling.
Oh yeah, they're like the weapon you go to in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Get something done. Get a chair. Get a steel chair.
Until then, guys, pull up a chair. I don't know.
That's not bad.
That's really bad.
I liked it.
All right.
All right.
We'll go with that. All right. Pause. Done.